Our school is deeply committed to training doctors to work in rural and remote and traditionally underserved areas in Australia. And the Wheatbelt program is very important to us in meeting that purpose. I think what's so special is the partnership with community. Our students live with community, they're taught by community, and they learn so much. And I've seen students literally transformed in terms of their commitment to working in rural areas. There's always students who say, I had never even thought about working rurally, and now I'm hooked.
The finalists for the Metropolitan-based Bush Champion Award are
Professor Donna Mack. Recognising the challenges of recruiting and retaining medical practitioners to rural and remote areas, she worked to establish rural health placement programs in the Wheatbelt and West Kimberley. These programs provide medical students with academic learning and immersion experiences in rural life, aimed at encouraging them to consider rural medical careers and providing metropolitan doctors with a deeper understanding of rural life to better provide patient-centred care.
This year I went down to Narrogin. It was absolutely amazing. I've been to Narrogin before. When I went there this time, I got a whole different perspective of the town. And the hosts were absolutely amazing. They know how important it is for them to contribute to medical education. They share 1 week of their lives. The students really get a taste of rural and country living. It was the first time I did the high school program for our country kids to be exposed to medical students. That's a huge bonus for them because they're all, year 11 and 12s. Some of them said they don't think they'll do medicine or they don't even think that they'll go to university. But then after they heard about the students' personal journeys, how they got into university, so it's not all the same pathway, it's not always ATAR, that there's other alternative entry pathways that students can come to university. And that's the first time some of those year 11 and 12 students got to hear that story. So that is really, really special. And now those young people are going to go away and think, well, you know what, if they can go to university, then maybe I can go to university too.
It was a really enjoyable week for me, and part of the reason that made it so enjoyable was my really lovely host family that really looked after myself. I do understand there's a lot of challenges in rural health, but my interest after the Wheatbelt has definitely increased in terms of working there. I do look forward to spending my 3rd year in the Rural Clinical School.
It was an eye-opening experience to gain insight into a different aspect of healthcare, particularly the challenges of staying clinically up to date while striving to meet the needs of a close-knit rural community. This placement offered a valuable opportunity to engage directly with residents and hear their concerns firsthand. One particularly memorable moment was spending time with the local retirees over a game of Scrabble. It was a humbling experience that highlighted the importance of social connection in healthcare. Listening to their personal stories and the challenges they faced with current services gave me a deeper understanding of the gaps that exist and the resilience of rural communities. Overall, it was a fantastic experience that allowed me to appreciate the strong sense of community spirit in their town, whether it was through communal farming efforts or simply looking out for one another. It was inspiring to see how residents come together to support each other.
And I would like to thank the universities that I've studied at, including Notre Dame.
I was billeted by a lovely family just outside of Narrogin town on a working property. It gave me a valuable insight into providing healthcare in a regional location, particularly how different members of the community balance different roles that they have, such as being a volunteer paramedic or being the only emergency nurse on overnight and looking after the people that you know, or the difficulties of managing a busy country general practice has confirmed for me that filling that void, that gap, and helping to address the service disparity and the healthcare disparity between metropolitan areas and regional and rural locations is a very large part of the future of my career. And I've been at Bunbury Regional Hospital since graduating Notre Dame in 2021.
In my first years of uni, I was lucky enough to be a part of the Wheatbelt Community Engagement Program, where I was based in Kellerberrin. I think one of my favourite parts of it was spending time with my host family. I loved seeing how involved they were in their community and how connected they were to the people around them. The experience itself certainly influenced my choices moving forward for the rest of the medical school program. My final year rural GP placement in Esperance in the Goldfields, just a little bit further down the road from the Wheatbelt. The next step for that for me felt like applying for a WA Country Health position, where I am now in Bunbury as an intern and now as a resident, and today I am in Collie on my rural GP term. I really think I've got the Wheatbelt experience to thank for that. I think those positive experiences about what it's like to live and work in the country and all the benefits that come with it, if you can be exposed to that early on, I think that's a really, really cool thing and certainly can help shape your career like it's helped shape mine.
We've been involved with the Notre Dame program out to the Wheatbelt since 2014, and it's been fantastic. My daughter decided to go to Notre Dame and do physio, and I'm sure that a part of that was through talking to the students. Can't speak highly enough of the program, and I'm sure that we will see doctors come back to the Wheatbelt here again through this program, and yeah, I'd like to see it continue.
Can you see the community? It's a place where friends become family.